Hi, this is a quick video of the Zoom Multistomp MS-90LP Plus loop pedal connected to a Midi Footswitch. If you like what you see here today, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. It really helps. The Zoom has MIDI in and out via Mini TRS, so you need a Mini TRS to 5-pin MIDI converter to use that, or USB. Today I'll be using the Mini TRS. I'll be connecting this to an M-Wave wireless MIDI controller. This is a great inexpensive MIDI controller that I just found, and I can talk about it more later if there is interest. If I had a wireless dongle on the Zoom, I could connect this wirelessly together. They both run on batteries. It would be a great alternative. I do not have the MIDI dongle to receive MIDI from this yet. But the great thing is that you can use this pedal output as a cabled MIDI version. So that's what I'll be doing today. On the Zoom, you have to connect the audio output to turn the unit on. You're not going to hear any audio today. I'm just going to show you how this connects and what it does and what it doesn't do. You're also going to need a MIDI TRS to 5-pin. You'll need 2 of those for this solution, and an adapter to take the Mini to a 1/4 inch. So I will connect those to the MIDI in of the Zoom and the output of the pedal, of the M-Wave pedal. I'll turn this on, give it a second. Now what I should be able to do is change memory slots, loop slots, with the pedal rather than having to reach down and use this, which would be great in a performance. So if you're doing several songs, if you have some things saved on the Zoom and you don't want to bend down between each song, you can use the MIDI foot pedal. So each of these foot switches aligns to a user memory in the Zoom. So if you can see that switch to 2, this will go to 3, to 4. If I press these together, it takes the bank up. Now I can go to 5, 6, and so on, and I can keep going. If I hold these 2, I go bank down, and now I can go back to 1. So this works great. This is really great for paging through different memory locations for a live performance, again, without having to bend down to touch this, to do it with the knob, because that would be the other way to do it, is to use the memory slot this way. What this can't do, as far as I can tell right now, is you cannot assign any of these other switches to any of these other MIDI foot switch from an external unit. I think a lot of people might find that useful. I have found that these buttons are pretty easy to operate with your foot. The top ones are a little tricky in a live situation, but you can do it. It's much better than I expected. But I could see how some people would want to have the ability to map it to a MIDI foot switch and be able to, have it however they wanted it. Another thing that you can't do with this that would be fantastic, and it was one of the things I didn't know if it would do and I couldn't find anywhere. So I'm disappointed to say that during a song, you can't move from one loop to another seamlessly. In other words, make a verse and a chorus, or an A part and a B part, or a C part. It pauses when you switch units. You're not hearing it play, but it would pause. The other thing that it doesn't do is when you switch to a new memory location, it doesn't auto start. So a couple of firmware upgrades, I think, could fix that. And what that would do would rival this against any multi-part looper. So you could create A parts, B parts, go back and forth, A, B, maybe a C part. That would make this looper, I mean, hands down, I don't know what could beat it if they had that ability in it. So, for the Zoom Corporation, maybe that's something that you can look at adding in the future. It would be incredible. I don't know if those firmware upgrades, if that would tack on a cost to the unit or not. I don't know why it would. But anyway, this is what it can and cannot do. I'm very happy with the Zoom unit so far. Sound quality is great. I haven't really used the loop effects much. The rhythm, there's not a lot of variation, but it's better than no rhythm in my book. I have bigger loopers, but this particular looper is great for me for an open mic situation where I want to go on stage quickly, be able to just plug in like I'm plugging a guitar in and be done. So that's what I know right now about the MIDI Footswitch connected to the Zoom Looper. If anyone knows anything different from what I've said, please put it in the comments below. I'll be happy to update it. And if I'm wrong, I would love to know that I'm wrong and to be able to show you these other things. So that's it for now. Again, please subscribe to my channel and like this video if you found it useful.